Let's get into it. How's everyone doing tonight? Hope you had a great weekend. Unfortunately, tomorrow is Monday. Back to work. Bob, what's up? It's Clutch, Pineapple, Dracul, Saint Jolene, Mr. Mad Mania, new name, Chronico. Good to see you all here. Right at the start of the stream. Thank you for tuning in. Let's get a poll going here real quick. Can we hit 50 likes today? I'm lazy. No creativity tonight. Just can we hit 50 likes today, right? Metro, what's up? Yeah, I mean, as you can see, we've sent out MGE ranks for our upcoming Mightiest Governor event. These are the top 15. Captain Stinkfus, Cerez, Sir Wolfie, Atlas, Che, Animal, Captain Jack, Kaza, Yami, Clap, Soli, Mad, John Paul Jones, Thunder, and Noobzilla. I'm not on the list. So for those of you that call me selfish, I'm not on the list. Kiss my ass. What's up, Snow Goose? Good to see ya. Yep. Migration command has changed. We've hit our target. 1029 is currently seeking only Max Crystal Tech Rally and Garrison players for our next migration window. Contact Mad Mania or Captain Stinkfus on Discord. Migrate here where without permission you get zeroed. So that's MGE ranks. Let's take a look at our final stats for the KVK. Now there's still 17 days left. We still have one zone to invade, but for all intents and purposes, the fighting is over. What's up, Stitch? So from a kingdom perspective, in the Horus camp, 1029, 12.2 billion kill points, 40.2 million deads, DKP 6.5 billion. Next closest in kill points was 1459 at 7.8, followed by 2267 at 7.1. 1533 coming in fourth with 6.88 billion. They were in our camp, so two of the top four were in our starting zone. Looking at individual data, DKP, Gumbo finished ahead of me. I haven't been fighting for like the last 2 days. There was opportunity to quote-unquote fight yesterday. I mean, there were some off-territory cities getting rallied on purpose, and players were over there swarming down the rallies, but I felt it very unnecessary myself. I already got my 30 million kill points. I'd rather others go and get their 30 million kill points. And, yeah, quite honestly, we're being selfish. We're trying to save our speed-ups for Zenith, right? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know Metro. I don't know if they're going to defend that zone or not. If they are, fine. You know, we'll deal with it. If not, you know, no big deal. So yeah, these are in essence the final stats. You know, when after this next zone opens, we're going to allow our players to, the first time ever, to trade T4, T5 kills. If they need to get their 5 million, their 8 million kill points for those coins. We did get a coin yesterday after we took that sixth sanctuary burned to the ground. So I now have, that's not items. I now have my 1 conquest coin in the bank, 2 more coming in by the end of KVK when the event all ends. And yes, Mad Mania is going to buy a Boom Boom bikini and model it for everyone, is what I understand to be correct. At this point in time, we're kind of iffy for Zenith of Power. I've got right around 1,500 days of general speed ups, right around 300 days of training speed ups. So I don't know that we're going to go hard in the beginning. We're going to see where it sits after a couple of days and go from there. But we are real close to the 120,000 honor points, so we're going to hopefully get that on this stream. Yeah, the one guy you were rallying, he wanted to drop power. He's taken a break from the game over the summer, as I understand it. So yeah, you helped him do that. I don't think he wanted y'all, or I don't think he wanted us defending him at all. He was trying to drop his power. Which, you know, kudos to him. Can you do a swarm everything hoodie? Yeah, shoot me a direct message on Discord and remind me, Jolene. Did I really just pull Lancelot out of that? Oh, I did, didn't I? Hello. Wrong march selected, Lambo. Alright, let's try this again. Yeah, and I felt like the second I poured it over there, y'all were going to run away anyway, so let the boys have their fun. Yeah, I mean, congratulations to 93T. That was an amazing end, right? They won this Osiris League match without winning a single arc. Their structure game is super solid. And Shadow of Moon and Winnie the Pooh in 13-16 beating Wib. I said all week Wib needed to step up their structure game if they wanted to win this, and unfortunately they were unable to do that. So it's going to be 93T, last season's champions in this realm, against 16 OT. Should be a very good match. What's up, Car? And then in the realm of Anubis, 60 GT over GV 77, and 489 handling 1 EE8. So, battle of the champions here. Both have won their realms before. This should be a fantastic matchup here also. In the realm of Bastet, we have 748W against W34X. So we're going to have two teams in there fighting for their very first ever Osiris League Championship. 1188 lost at those 30 points per minute for each of those. It adds up over time, right? Those outposts. Mad Mania and Forza will do a stream with Apo showing off bikinis. Oh boy, you're gonna make my eyes bleed. Gallo, good evening. I had to put those talking smack in their place. Realm of Sobek, we've got 27 WP against F12. I think neither of these, were favorites to win their match. So, you know, well done. Some really super solid matches today. I wish we would have quality matches like we had today at the beginning of Arco Osiris League, rather than have to wait until, the semifinals to see some good shit like this. I know it says maybe some chaining. I don't have it in me to change tonight. What's up, Melky? I set foot in Wisconsin today, got scared, and ran back home. Wasn't a fan of the cheese in your biscuits and gravy? I don't put cheese in biscuits and gravy. Where the hell were you eating to put cheese in biscuits and gravy? Biscuits are like buttermilk biscuits in Wisconsin, kind of like scones in the UK. Holy crap, there's 5 gifted from Snow Goose. Appreciate you, Snow Goose. All those with memberships know what to do. Please drop that Snow Goose emoji in the chat. Thank the man for dropping 5 gifted. Yeah, biscuits and gravy is quite different in the U.S. Biscuits, whenever I say biscuits and gravy, those in the UK often think of brown gravy, right? Trying to find a good picture. Here we go. So this is biscuits and gravy, right? Our biscuits are like these buttermilk biscuits, right? And then you top them with the white country pepper gravy that's got sausage in it. Oh, love it, love it, love it. So biscuits are not cookies. Biscuits are not cookies. We're just gonna blow through our AP till we get our 120,000 honor here. I'm tired. Tired. Just want that honor. Give me my stuff. And we were doing stats while Stitch had joined the chat, so we're a bit late on this one. So skipping 1 KDK to get our migrants in, and then going into, hopefully, Siege of Orleans. It'll be exciting. It'll be a new KVK format we haven't done before. Yeah, like Popeye's biscuits. Do they have biscuits, that type of buttermilk biscuit at Popeye's? Country fried steak and eggs, that's always good, yep. I love breakfast food, guys. I love breakfast food. Metro, no. We spun the wheel to see who would get the star. It was only fair because our allies did not have as much fighting as we did. You know, there was one section down here where, I mean, these guys in yellow, they fought in the first zone against these kingdoms over here. Right, let me find the map here. So 1115, 1201, and 2409 did a little bit of fighting against 1248, 1459, and 2498. But then when 1961, 2206, and 2267 went to fight them in the next zone, they didn't even show up. So, yeah, Wheel of Zig. So we spun the wheel, and 1961, 2206, 2267 will get the Zig at the end. That was determined by wheel spins. It landed on them 3 times before it landed on us, or 1248, 1459 folks 3 times. And then 1459 and the folks in that camp will get first occupation of the Zig. Our camp will hold the Zig after they get first occupation until the kingdom that's holding it at the end is ready to take it. So it is what it is. You know, we're going to get 30 Autric rewards, and those will be split fairly among the 3 kingdoms in our camp. We have to start discussing as to exactly how we split those. You know, do you do 10, 10, 10? Well, that's really, you can't really do that because one of the kingdoms only has really two or three or four actual, what I would call hardcore fighters in it. So more than likely we're going to push for some sort of stats-based split. You know, if say 1029 had 35% in the top 100 and another kingdom had 30% in the top 100 and another kingdom had 25% in the top 100, you know, maybe we split the Autrics up that way. Well, I mean, we'll have to see. You know, the leadership in the kingdoms in our camp have been very cooperative. And very good at coming to diplomatic resolutions when there's been a disagreement. So I'm not too worried about it. What are Jamie Dodgers? Is that like a restaurant chain or something? St. Jolene, when you were in Denver, did you try Rocky Mountain oysters? Those are cookies. Jamie Dodgers are cookies. Shortcake with raspberry strawberry flavored jam. Those are like freaking cookies. Those aren't biscuits. Rocky Mountain oysters are unique. They are thinly sliced bull testicles, then deep fried. You dip them generally in cocktail sauce, like a shrimp cocktail sauce. As you can imagine, they're a bit creamy. They have a unique flavor that I cannot describe. I cannot remember. Last time I had them, I was probably 12 years old. I understand why you call potato chips crisps, right? Because they're crispy. I get that. But why you call cookies biscuits? I don't understand. So what are Chips Ahoy? Chips Ahoy are chocolate chip cookies. Do you call them chocolate chip biscuits? Oh, you can't just, gotta try it once, ain't you, Lee? If you're in Denver again. They have a different name for eggplant as well. Let's have some fun for a minute, right? The US and UK way to say 15 food names. Aubergine or eggplant. Courgette or zucchini. Gammon or ham. Coriander versus cilantro. Muesli versus granola. Arugula or rocket. Biscuit versus cookie. In the US, biscuits are buttery, flaky bread pastries, often served as a side or sandwich at breakfast. American cookies are baked desserts, often sweet, that range in texture and density. Hard or crisp cookies are called biscuits in the UK, while the chewier dessert can be identified as a cookie. Aubergine, fries or chips or crisps. I think we all understand that one. Jam or jelly or jello. The jello Americans use for colorful cookie cutout snacks or party shots is called jelly in England. The delineation between jam, marmalade, and preserves is more commonly understood. In the United States, you may find all these terms used interchangeably. Yep. Sausage or banger. A sausage is a staple in sit-down breakfast at the U.S. Essential element in a full English breakfast. Britain adopted the term banger during World War I when sausages were stuffed with more accessible ingredients like cereal and made more noise while cooking. Interesting. Shrimp or prawn. Okay, I think we use both here in the U.S. Ice lolly or popsicle. Britain's frozen fruit juice molds on sticks are simply referred to as ice lollies, like an ice lollipop. Well, I guess if we didn't have the American Revolution in 1776, biscuits and biscuits would throw us into one now. I mean, I remember as a kid, my mom never wanted to buy popsicles, ice lollies, right? So we got the molds she got the molds in a Tupperware party, and we would always freeze Kool-Aid in the summertime. I can understand why they'd be called ice lollies, though. You know, it's kind of like a lollipop, right? And it's frozen. I don't think I've ever had raw oysters. It's always something I wanted to try, but I will not eat raw oysters in Wisconsin. I don't trust it. If I was on the East Coast or the West Coast by the actual ocean, probably something I'd try, or down by the Gulf of Mexico. I will not eat raw fish in Wisconsin either, for the same reason. No idea how fresh it is. Sure, they can fly it in next day air, right? But yeah, I just don't trust that. Drinking from the hose? Damn right, we drank from the hose, garden hose. It didn't. I lived in a cul-de-sac, right? And every single person in the cul-de-sac had kids within 1 or 2 years of my age. So we were all outside playing, we were all running around. It didn't matter whose house you were at. You got thirsty, you just turned on the hose and you drank from it. All these, you know, it's funny. It's funny, kids these days, right? We'll have people come over to the house for a party and be like, oh, you want some water? Or, you know, beverages are in the fridge in the basement. Help yourself, right? They'd be like, oh, do you have bottled water? No. you want water? Throw some ice in a cup and, yeah, turn on the water faucet. Have you had to gut phlegm? Then you've had oysters? The consistency, maybe? Well, I mean, they feed on things on the bottom of the ocean, right? Come on, just get to 120,000 already, would you? I would try it. I would try it. with some lime and tapado. You guys using words I don't know. I'll stick to a nice piece of prime. Yeah, I mean, you can't beat prime rib, right? But you need an appetizer. Oysters on the half shell. My friend got tapeworm eating raw oysters. Okay. Did he buy him at a local gas station? Thank you for the reminder, Nightbot. Yes, if you have not pressed that like button, please do so. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, now's a good time. It's 100% free, does not cost you a dime. Helps the channel, greatly supports me. Hot sauce. Okay, just say hot sauce then. Hot sauce you can put on everything. I tell my wife, right? Everything tastes better with jalapenos. There. Now our 120,000 honor points is done. I don't need to wake up in the middle of the night to send marches off to the ruins. The Spring of Ra, the Font of Ra, whatever the hell they're called. Tabasco is decent. You drink tequila, Stitch, right? Tequila's got worm in it. I prefer sriracha to Tabasco myself. They really need to start giving legendary chests out in KVK rather than these purple chests. What's up, David? Good to see you. Greetings from 2172. Greetings, my friend. Kara's a dev. What's up, Blackout? I don't know. If all the devs played in 1960, there's no way they would have lost to 1093. There are some really good vegetarian dishes out there with there's a couple that I rotate through making. Thank you for the subscription, David. Appreciate that. There's a Mediterranean chickpea couscous that we got from HelloFresh one time that I saved the recipe for. That's quite good. But yeah, if it's not spicy, it's not putting hair on your chest. I'm sure St. Jolene's significant other would like that, but I'm telling you, farming with seven marches, farming gems with 7 marches is just too good. When Lambo says game over, it means game over. Fuck yeah. I don't care about the honor grind. I really don't. I just want my 120K and we're fine. I mean, I'm in 32nd place. If I threw a bunch of gems into this, I could probably push to 20th, but it just is not worth it to me. The time that would be involved in doing that, that's more valuable to me than a top 20 spot. Yeah, I mean, the nice, you know, if this was an Imperium KVK, this would be packed full of cities. Probably would be very hard pressed to find gem nodes anywhere. Damn you, Bull. Let's get Cack out of second place first, hopefully. Okay, they changed their lineup significantly. Bull gives me problems. Okay, just as I say that, I beat him on the first try. Any KVKs out there with any fighting? Ooh, we've got, holy crap, 10 kingdoms there. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 kingdoms there. Good Lord. Why is it giving me kingdom numbers? Altar of Darkness fights. Pass 7 opens next Friday and then Kingsland on Monday. Shoot me some information on Discord, Pineapple, in my KVK Spectate section. If I have time, we'll check that out. Guinness pie? I like banana cream pie or lemon meringue pie. Or Dutch apple pie. Yeah, I guess that's a true statement, Car, right? You can't go wrong with most pies. I'm not a fan of cake. Not a fan of cake, but we're going to leave you on this KVK for just a moment. We'll take simplified graphics off for your viewing pleasure while I run to the little boys' room. I will be right back. appreciate that, Pineapple. Black pudding? Never had black pudding. Never black or white pudding. White is generally coconut. I hate coconut. Coconut and mushrooms, two things I do not eat at all. Yeah, I honestly, I think if I had my choice, it would be a nice Dutch apple pie with some vanilla ice cream and caramel on top. But being a type 2 diabetic, that's a treat we have maybe once every 6 months. All right, Jolene, sleep well. Got it, Pineapple Pass open 4:30 UTC. Ugh. Looks like the red team's pushing in here a little bit. This is such a weird altar with both entrances on the same side. Did you miss it, Pete? I already shared the next infantry commanders. More than gems on the 8th and 9th. All right, these Pete are the next two infantry commanders coming out in Rise of Kingdoms. Straight from the McDonald's character workshop, you've got Mayor McCheese and you've got Officer Big Mac, Sheriff Big Mac. They are specifically designed for those cheeseburgering marches. As you jump out of your city, they will proc 3,500 damage as long as they are attacking a march within a half a second of you leaving your city. And then, if you go back into your city and jump back out again, and your own city, and hit another march, that 3,500 doubles. So there you go. Yeah, 3,500 damage factor. As long as you are hitting a march within a half a second of coming out of your city. And then every time you do that, if you go back in, come back out, that is going to increase incrementally, that 3,500 damage factor. So gone are the days of Pakal Heralds. The active skill is Cheeseburger Your Enemy. Yep, so these are specialized for those cheeseburger players who get half or more of their kill points from cheeseburgering. Honestly, I'd rather go chain barbs than I would sit there and pop in and out of my city. I am impressed with the blue team here. They don't have, normally, even if you put a marker that says ball here, they don't have players AFK right at the altar itself. So their AFK troops are in the ball. I would be having a couple of... Oh, there's one red march up here harassing them. If I was on either of these teams, though, I'd be having 1 or 2 or 3 marches. Just come down and try and hit these guys walking into the altar area itself. I mean, worst case scenario, you're gonna drag a few of them away for a period of time, and they'll chase you, and that's just less marches in the middle then. Yeah, I thought red was getting the upper hand there for a second, but these blue guys have got them outnumbered. How many of these blue marches are AFK and just not moving, though? We got 15 minutes. But it's something to watch. Can you tell I'm sick of people cheeseburgering me in my own KVK? It's funny too, because they'll jump out, they'll cheeseburger me, and they'll get a negative trade, and then they'll just keep doing it. It's like, really? You've got 1,000 sevs on me, I've got 3,000 sevs on you, and you continue to do this. What benefit do you see in this? Maybe they target me by mistake and they're meaning to target Dracul. So, you know, Dracul, where was he in the individual standings? Let's see. 1029. So this is impressive, right? I mean, Sasha in the chat here, he got more kill points than I did. So I owe him merchandise from my online shop. So I'm a man of my word. I told him to send me his info and I'll get something out to him. But Gax here, Gax only spent $5 this entire KVK. And he's in 4th place overall for DKP. That to me is insane. He's got more deads than Sasha does. So this is Sasha's first KVK with us, Gak's first KVK with us, Coco Boy's first KVK with us, Echo's first KVK with us, Brown Bomber's first KVK with us, Kahit Munti's first KVK with us, Dracul first KVK with us. Oh, Mad Mania. Mad, you let Dracul beat you in DKP? Yeah, Blackout, there's lots of people that do it wrong. And they do it just to frickin' annoy you. Quack's first KVK with us. Captain Jack's first KVK with us. Mad Max first KVK with us. Misha's first KVK with us. Chronico's first KVK with us. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the migrants that we got in. Both last migration and this migration. Yeah, I don't know. Sasha beat me in kill points, but DKP, I got him pretty well whooped. Because he didn't hardly take any deads. So we're going to have a talk about that, Sasha, if you're watching here. Although he is like 83 million power fighting with 5 marches, not 7, so something to be said about that. So Red is slowly weeding out the active marches here and getting back into that murder ball. They need to focus these blue marches that overextend, but not chase them too far. Don't fall back too far away from the main fights. Raining in Texas. It is a beautiful sunny day here. I can't even see a cloud in the sky here from my office. 77 degrees Fahrenheit. I would say pretty well perfect weather. Don't have to run the heat. Don't have to turn the AC on. First time I had 5 marches, had 870 million kill points, ran out of resources. Yeah, resources are not my issue. I'm trying to save speed ups. 54 likes? Did we hit 50 already? Well, we hit our like goal for the stream. Incoming. That's pretty good. 55 votes and 54 likes. That's pretty good. I commend you all. That is damn good. Got a new poll up now though. Who wins in the finals between 1960 and 2489? And I'm sure Appo and I will be streaming a couple of those next weekend as well. I have fun. I have fun with him streaming those OL matches. I really do. Well, I don't know. I see refresh the stream. I don't know, 55% say 2489 so far, 11 votes in. Okay, now I'm starting to see blue marches AFK right around the altar itself. I call these people snipers. I always put up markers in between the gate and the altar area. Watch for snipers. HQ with the arch formation. Interesting choice there. You guys are too close though to their if you're gonna go over here and snipe, at least do it with some AoE commanders or some fast commanders so you can hit and run. I'd imagine if there's a dark altar here in this KVK, there's probably three other ones going on, right? These guys didn't even take this pass. Maybe it's allies they're sharing it with over here. No fighting at all here. How is that the only altar in this KVK where there are fights? Minutes, 4.5 minutes. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, right? Yeah, P-Man, I mean, I'm going to be honest here, okay? Everyone in 1029 enjoys the fight more than the win. And many, many people were very, very bored. I had several people approach me and say, dude, if our next KVK isn't better, I'm thinking of quitting the game. You know, if we don't get some good fights in our next KVK, I'm thinking of quitting the game. So, I mean, we got to do what we got to do, because I love all the people here, and I want them to stay, and I want them to keep playing, but at the same time, I want them to have fun. And if they want to take on the hardest possible fight, even if it's completely unfair for us, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. I want everyone to have fun. And yeah, it's been a boring KVK. We've had probably a total of maybe a total of 60 hours of fights. And I use the word fights very loosely. You know, a lot of it was cheeseburgering. Last KVK, pretty much the same thing. Last KVK, our enemies only burned one of our flags. This KVK, our enemies only burned one of our flags. So, I don't know. Problem is, the weakest camp is going to take a massive insult to it. It's not like I'm going to approach them and say, hey, you're the weakest fucking camp here. Right? But I mean, whatever happens, happens. I just don't want people to quit the game. And a lot of the players in this kingdom are players who have been playing the game for a long, long time, and they don't play it for the off season. They play it for the KVKs, which is why we're going to skip one KVK, go into a KVK. Skip one, go in. Skip one. You know, that's our plan moving forward. You know, the entire kingdom is aware of it, and they should be planning their resources, planning their speed ups, and planning their time accordingly. The problem is when you have whales, when you have big players who are maxing tech in KVKs to get 60 hours of fighting, that is very demoralizing. You know, I'm going to max tech every KVK regardless, right? But a lot of these guys are like, I maxed my tech and just barely got 30 million kills. And that's not good. You know, but again, I have no control who we ally with. I can only offer to ally with a camp and say, hey, we'd like to ally with you, right? You know, if there's a bigger, badder kingdom in the KVK that they want to ally with, then it's not my decision. You know, and I've even been told by many of the players in 1029 that if we have to do a 1 versus all to get fights, then that's what they want to do. So, I mean, it's obvious to me they just want to fight. They want to have fun. They want to fight. So whatever happens, happens. Win or lose, I'm here with the team, side by side, fighting with them. But the last thing I do is want any more of my good friends to walk away from this game. And if that means we take a 1 versus all, if that means we team up with the camp that has the lowest kill points, then that's what we got to do. I mean, this is the first KVK, this KVK that we're in now, and this is not me fighting here for those of you just tuning in. But this KVK that we are in is the first KVK that 1029, since I have been here, has allowed or will allow kill trading. Yeah, if you do not have 5 million or 8 million kills, because you need 5 million kills to get the camp rewards for Sanctuaries coin. You need 8 million kills to get the Coalition rewards to Sanctuaries coin. Right? So if you do not have 5 million or 8 million kills, you are free to dual trade with the enemy players in other camps. If you can trade T4, T5, please do so. Trade only T1 as the last resort. If you want the coin for 30 million kills, it may be an option in the closing 7 days of KVK to trade those kills also. It depends on the individual. If you are here, if you are fighting for objectives, babysitting burning flags, it'll be allowed, but please check with an R4 first. I mean, I don't want somebody coming in and saying, oh, I'm going to trade for my 30 million kills, who hasn't been here fighting for objectives when we were fighting. Generally, we do not allow kill trading. No. And yes, this is the last Nile KVK that we will ever participate in here. So you can cross Nile off of the list for 1029, and you can cross Heroic Anthem off of the list for 1029. Unless we get to a point where we're a high B or an A seed kingdom, then maybe Heroic Anthem is a good idea to kill a bunch of fucking troops and drop back down to a C seed. Ideally, the next KVK we go into, we want to do Orleans, Siege of Orleans. Give that one a try. I mean, I think Nile could be a good, fun KVK if you get the right kingdoms versus the right kingdoms. You know? I mean, if we have the ability to choose our allies, if the other team has the ability to choose their ally, I mean, there was another set of 9 kingdoms that we were hoping we would match up against. They wanted some insane fights. We wanted some insane fights. We both wanted to have fun. But they matched us up against a different set of 9 kingdoms. They matched them up with another different set of 9 kingdoms. And neither of the two I would call it bigger groups, right? Group A, Group B, that wanted to have fights are getting fights. So I mean, maybe in a Nile KVK, or a KVK where you can choose your allies and see who your opponents have chosen as allies. You know, you give those set of 9 the ability to match up against each other. Hey, we want to fight these guys. And if they say, hey, we want to fight those guys, you throw them into a KVK and you have fun. I mean, you can have shitty KVKs in any KVK format. It all depends on the enemies and if the enemies want to fight. Look at 2049's last KVK. Right? Mimi Kingdom fought them for a little bit and then went back to their starting zone. 846 completely avoided them. I don't like the fact that many of these KVKs, you can't even invade the starting zone anymore. I would agree with that statement. People destroyed Nile by naming it Farm KVK. Because of that, many do that shit with these recovery kingdoms, destroy the fun in the gold game. Absolutely, 100%. Couldn't agree more. If you want a farming KVK, if you need a recovery KVK, just fucking skip. You know, unless you've max skipped already, nobody's forcing you to go into a KVK. If you get into a KVK and you don't like the matchup you have, you still bring it. I mean, God. And I understand, right? One of the kingdoms in the top left side for us had civil war in the middle of KVK. I guess one group of whales was unhappy and they went back to home kingdom and took over the lost temple, and then there was a big war in the home kingdom in the middle of KVK. Well, I don't know if there are big wars in home kingdom anymore. I remember days and days of fighting where you had to bubble for 24 hours if you were going to bed, and most of these civil wars lately seem to last 8 or 10 hours and then they're done. $10.29 Civil War soon? I doubt that. I doubt that. Yes, Dracula is going to engineer a civil war and take over as R5. I don't know. This red team is slowly getting the upper hand in here. $10.29 will fall once the bikini pictures come. They might blind us all, which will impact our ability to fight, yes. No, Lambo will never have a bikini on, sorry. No. See, this irritates me too, right? These guys are all over hitting stalkers so they can get their 3 stalkers achievement. I mean, for what? For what? Push the enemy out and then worry about that. Nicholas, no specific DKP requirements. You know, we want players in 1029 that know and understand the game. We're an older kingdom. We have older players here. Don't want to have to be teaching somebody the game from scratch. We want smart players here. Players who can obey orders, who know what ball here means. Players who don't chase kill points in KVK. Players who are online when passes open. And that are good communicators. Right? If you can't be online when a pass opens, that's fine. Just let us know in advance so we can plan accordingly. But there are no specific kill requirements, no specific dead requirements. You know, that said, we do at the end of every KVK, we do take a look at everybody's kills and deads. And people that aren't cutting it, you know, we'll give them a second chance in another KVK. And if next KVK they perform poorly as well, we'll ask them to leave. Yeah, exactly. There are so many players that are buying and selling accounts these days. Stats don't mean a hill of beans, which is why we speak to either Mad Maney or Captain Stinkfist does a physical voice interview with every single player coming to the kingdom. You know, to make sure that they understand the mechanics of the game, they know how we play the game, they understand our philosophy, they understand our rules, and agree to the rules. I mean, you get some 500 million whale applying to the kingdom, and he can't tell you the difference between a cavalry march and an infantry march. That's a fucking problem. You get somebody applying to the kingdom, and you give them an opportunity to ask questions, and the first thing they ask is, how many gold chests does Lambo drop a week? That's potentially not a player you want in the kingdom, right? So it's more about character and attitude than it is about kills and deads. You bring in one or two wrong players to the kingdom, especially a small kingdom, and they can just ruin the vibe. And I think most of us are not necessarily playing this game anymore because we thoroughly enjoy the game itself. It's more about the community we've built in 1029 and the friends that we've created. How does a voice interview help? You get to know the player. You get an opportunity to explain the rules of the kingdom, how we fight, how we play the game, our philosophy. You get to understand their game knowledge. And it provides them with an opportunity to ask questions as well. You know, and a lot of times you can, I mean, I've been in positions where I've interviewed people for years and years. Management positions in the various organizations that I've been in. So I like to think I get a good gut instinct when I'm talking to somebody. What's up, Only Farmer? And, you know, based on their interaction, based on how they answer questions, and the questions that they ask, you generally get a good feel for a person. How many bikinis does Lambo go through in a week? None. This might be a stalemate here. Oh, that's 2 hours. Wow. These guys are going to have fun for 2 hours. Come on, Chip, wake up. Wake up. Rose, wake up. Did that just say Baba TC? We got a Baba fanboy here? I mean, if they have no questions and only answer the ones that we ask, I don't know. It's always a bonus for them to ask questions. I mean, I guess it depends on how the rest of the interview went. If they were engaged in conversation, not a huge deal. If they were very robot-like and just answering the questions without much explanation, then it could be different. I mean, I like it when somebody I'm interviewing asks questions. that means they are invested in making sure that the decision that they are making to come to the kingdom is the right one for them. And that tells me that they're a thinker and they're putting a lot of thought into it, because it is a big decision to migrate these days. Especially if you're leaving people you know, if you're leaving a kingdom you know, and coming to a brand new kingdom with brand new people. Hey, Farmer, I got a news flash for you. Olympia sucks. Just for your awareness, right? In case you didn't know that. But in our KVK, let's see, what do we got? Max Tech. I don't need to do bastions anymore. I've done my 500 bastions. We hit our 120k honor. I don't have to do honor anymore. I don't even know if I'm going to do the Cow Croc bosses, level 3, 4, and 5. I'm just ready to be done with this. Farmer destroyed you in Olympia? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What's going on, Ape? Yeah, passports are not cheap. And there are many kingdoms that will not give you passports if you want to leave. Now, I mean, all the players in 1029 know that if they have been here and they have been fighting and they have been obeying the rules and they have been decent human beings, if they choose to go elsewhere, we will provide them with the passports to do so. You know, if they've given their all for us while they've been here and they choose to go elsewhere, we'll help them out. You know, but if we got a player that came in here and didn't do shit in KVK and asked us for passports, probably not going to happen. No comprendo mucho español. Nicholas, it would be all about the interview. I mean, right now we've got all the open field players that we need for the next migration. So right now we are looking for max Crystal Tech players who are rally and garrison leads. Yeah, I mean that's hard, Car, right? You're playing with the same people for years and years, and then you migrate. This is one of the better Dark Altar fights I've seen in a while. Cerveza, por favor. Yeah, I mean, you know, hit up Mad Mania, hit up Captain Stinkfuss. You can find them on my Discord, Nicholas. You know, have a chat with them. You know, it may be that you need to maybe wait till the next migration window and grow your account a little bit. Doesn't mean the door is closed. We just, Hubs, our stats master, has given us specific requirements for where we need to be at in order to stay a high C seed kingdom. I mean, if we bring in the right players and we go to B seed, it's not a huge issue. But we don't like to bring in a whole shit ton of players all at once. 10, 15 per migration. We always lose a couple, but 10 or 15 per migration. Make sure those players work out and then do it all over again for the next migration. Yeah, I had that feeling when I was in 1052 car. I felt like other players were always getting despite being a high performer in KVK, I felt like other players who were the rally leads, the garrison leads, and this was with OV, right? In ARC were getting preferential treatment in the MGEs. And many of those players didn't show up in KVK, so I mean, at the end of the day, when that KVK ended, my last one that I did, their first ever heroic anthem, and I told Slotty I was leaving. I mean, I'm upfront and I'm honest with him. And he's like, "Oh, well, you're DKP. You can take third. You can take fourth in this MG before you leave." And I'm like, I appreciate that. I understand that I earned a spot in MGE, but you have others that are staying in the kingdom that need those spots, so I'm not going to take a place. I love seeing that AoE damage from those archer commanders pop off here. Yeah, I mean, Car, it sounds like you're happy where you're at, and that's important, right? I mean, at the end of the day, it's a game. We all play the game to have fun. I think at least 80% of the fun for me now is hanging out with the people I play with and hanging out with you guys on YouTube. The game is just a platform to promote that. We're a C seed currently, Nicholas. All these marches here we're fighting, they should be able to push blue out. And, and I'm not saying they weren't fighting, but players like this fucking piss me off, right? They'll wait until you have a good chance of securing the altar area, and then they'll send their marches in to go AFK. They do no fucking work to get these honor points, but yet they send their marches in to get those honor points. And maybe these are farms that people are sending in, God only knows, but it's freaking annoying. Oh, hey, we might win the altar. Maybe I'll send my account in there now. I'm not going to make them fight, though. We're just going to soak up the honor and ride the coattails of others. I mean, you've got really good C, B, D seed kingdoms. You've got really good A seed kingdoms. You've got really good Imperium kingdoms, but you've got just as many bad ones in each tier, right? Yeah, when it costs 75 passports to migrate, not 35 like someone was saying earlier, but for a high-powered player, it's 75 passports to migrate. It's a huge decision. Yeah, when I was in 1039, right, which was home of the White Tigers, I waited and I waited and I waited, hoping that we could rebuild that kingdom, hoping that we could zero the dead weights, hoping that we could be competitive again in KVK. And after 3 straight KVK losses in a row, and that was after Chisgo left the kingdom and a lot of the fighters left the kingdom with him, there's some point you just gotta say, okay, it ain't gonna happen. Yeah, that makes sense if you're saying, yeah. You know, when you're in a kingdom and there's a quote unquote council of players, right, that make decisions together, and they have to vote on every player that can be zeroed. Well, this person didn't perform in KVK. Oh, but that's our friend. They're native to this kingdom. They've been here from the start. They might show up the next KVK. Next KVK, that player doesn't do shit in KVK, but yet they won an MGE and they won 2 gold head events. Can we zero them now? Oh no, that's our friend. Let's not zero them. That's mean. You know, and those are some of the tough decisions you got to make in that leadership position, right? You really like this person. They were there at one point in time. There's a reason they have an account in the kingdom. But if they're not performing again and again and again, and you've had conversation after conversation with them, time to go. Time to go. I agree, Master. I'm quite impressed at the red team. I mean, the blue team was balled up in this corner. They were fighting in this general area down here, right? And they had the red team pretty much out of this box. And now the shoes are on the reverse. I'm right there with you, Blackout. We still have a couple players in 1029 that we've been asking to leave for a long time. And the response we get is, no, this is my kingdom more than it is yours. I started here. You guys should leave. And it's like, no. I mean, there's 1 or 2 players that after every KVK, and they're not in our alliance, right? They're quote unquote rogues. They're in the banishment zone. Hubs is like, okay, you need to leave. No, this is my kingdom. It's not your kingdom. I'm the rightful king. I started here. Amen, Car. Amen. Blue's coming back. Maybe. Where are you going? It takes... Just suicide your march, dude. Hit these barbs over here and kill your march. You get home quicker. And where are you going, dude? 85 million power, a whopping 155 million kill points. Waiting in that corner for stalkers to appear so you can get your 3 stalker kills. If all these AFKs were fighting, Blue would be out by now. I mean, they're all here to earn honor, but yet they're just sitting there picking their noses. There you go, get in the fight. Go get in the fight. Even though you brought Genghis Khan, go get in the fight. You two over here. Master of my fate. Calling you out. We're calling you out. What's the point in having CC in an arch formation? $10 million deaths? Yeah, he was zeroed a few times. Agreed. Agreed. I mean, all the blue marches that were AFK in this little corner here, they deserve to die. Now all these red marches that are AFK here, they deserve to die. Kind of rooting for blue now to kill all these AFKs here. Teach them a lesson. No, fill me in. CC arch formation is meta. See, but these are the type of things that we kind of casually bring up in those interviews, right? We'll go through our formal questions. Oh, well, what marches do you have? What formations are you using? Blah 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 blah. Just to gain that level of understanding as to their intelligence of the game. And I'm not claiming I'm the smartest person in this game. You guys know I'm not. If I wanna talk to the smartest person in the game, or I want to get a skill tree or something, I'm gonna go watch Seawill's videos. You know, but I have a basic understanding of the game, right? What's up, Mr. King? No, we're just happy you're here. I've been attacked by YSG primary, Guan secondary, Cav March. Yeah, you see some funny ass shit in this game. You know, they all want YSG so they can barb chain, and then, yeah, it just, some of it is, makes no sense whatsoever. I mean, we've got Kingdom 1595 in blue, 2228 in red. There may be other kingdoms in here too. There were what? Nearly 40 kingdoms in this KVK. The good news is you speak Mandarin fluently. I do. I know the numbers. Takeda Hera on the field. That's one I've never seen. I think they postponed it so they could go in and manually fix some things. Car, you guys got a KVK now, if I'm not mistaken, right? I'm kind of scared to reset the game at reset. The way it worked the other night. That was... And guys... Thank you for everyone who... I mean, I had 79 viewers watching me hit the restart button on the game, which was more than I had when we were actually in the game the other night when the servers went down. But yeah. Literally, right? Like 2 minutes after I sent you guys over to Apocalypse, the game was back up. Pineapple says, I can be the test dummy for reset. All right, Pineapple. You let me know if I should restart the game or not. Appreciate it. Well, I mean, I don't need to understand what he's saying. He'll just watching him, I can see what pairs he's using. And he will put up a skill tree or a talent tree from time to time. Go, everybody push. Everybody push. Now. Go. Where are you going? Where are you going, Superman? Control your marches. You too. It took you long enough to turn back around. You had the advantage. Now all these fresh marches are coming. You almost had it. Y'all almost had it. Yeah, exactly, Blackout. Everyone was concerned that the game wasn't opening, so they went to the streamers. They're shy, Lambo, don't push them. Well, and like these guys... Why the fuck are you going to attack stalkers? There are enemy marches right here. Right here. Screw the stalkers. Let them kill your AFK people. Is it so important for you to get 3 stalkers and 1,000 gems and a 24-hour speed up? I'd rather push the enemy out and be able to thump my chest and say, motherfuckers, we got the Altar of Darkness. Than I would care about 1,000 gems and 24-hour speed up or whatever it is. Yeah, I think it's possible, Car. I don't think we'll ever get a straight answer as to what happened. But I was speculating that with Apocalypse as well. That Lilith knew several of those kingdoms were going to get a no match found, and they didn't want that to happen again. So they were doing something on the back end. All right, we may come back to this. We'll check back in a few minutes here. Thank you for checking, Pineapple. I appreciate you. What's up, AG? If I can't log back in, it's all Pineapple's fault. Zero Pineapple. I'm guessing 7. 2. I should have guessed 26. Maybe I would have gotten 7. All right, materials, speed ups, goldies, materials, speed ups, materials, speed ups, and we will save blueprints in case there is a more than gems on the 8th and the 9th, like some were predicting in chat earlier. So does that give us enough now? That's the last one at level 4. Does that give us enough now? Where are we at here? Oh, not even close. Not even close. This is the 3rd cavalry march. We need a chest and we need a weapon. Yeah, well, that would frustrate me, right? But at the end of the day, I mean, you pick the kingdom you're in. I think 1093 understands that they are the biggest kingdom in the game, and that's always going to be a possibility moving forward. Did I buy the 5-minute speed ups? Did I miss those? Okay, yeah. Yeah, we get all the speed ups, brother. All the speed ups and all the materials. I mean, I'm glad. I'm hoping 1093 did get a match, right? Because the last thing I want is domains in our next match. Lilith sending signals to try with no match found to see if people leave. Did they start rallying people again? don't see any rallies. But I'm not going to go there and waste speed ups and resources for people that are not on their own alliance territory and wanting to take rallies. If they want to take rallies, I'm going to let them. .489 beat us because we lack VIP 18 players and better gear and better armaments. It's a good match. So that reminds me. Let's start a new poll, right? 64% are saying 60 GT will beat 2489. Let's start a new poll. Should Arc League have same number of troops? There we go. I'd be interested to see your take on that. Should Arc League adopt Grand Finals rules from the start? For all from the start. So, Grand Finals, if you're not familiar with it, right? Every player gets 2 million of each troops and a certain number of T1 cavalry units. They all get the same equipment, they all get the same armaments, they all get the same everything. What do you guys think? So you all know my thoughts. I think whole-scale changes are needed to the league because those first group stages do nothing to get the community interested in it from the start. Those first group stages do absolutely nothing to get the good teams prepared to face other good teams in the later stages. Sean says it being a who is the biggest spender competition is kind of stupid. I can certainly understand that point of view. So what events do we got? Did somebody say we've got Ceroli again? Oh. I don't think we're doing that tonight. We'll do that at work tomorrow. Let me pop some buffs, and then we'll go back and see how that Dark Altar is doing. Belly wheel tomorrow. Looks like it's just about done here. We're going to leave you here for a second, though. I drank a lot of water today, so please excuse me for just a moment. Why are all these orange? Did they not cap this yet? Well, I mean, I think we saw it today, right? That better armaments, better gear wins the middle fights. 1093 did not win a single middle fight. Yet they were able to win. That's the second time. They did it last season once, I believe. And they did it this season once, I believe. I mean, it truly amazes me that they are able to do that. Is it just because they are better on structures than the teams that they face? Or are the teams that they face just giving up so much in structures when they go to the middle? Yeah, we'll check. We'll look at the new Cerulli boss. I'm not going to try it. Random selects a random enemy troop and drops rocks on its location every 2 seconds for 12 seconds. With my luck, that's always going to be me. Falling rocks deal damage to all enemy troops in the area. Oh boy. Okay, rocks and blizzards now. Shaman holding the divine drum gains access to special skills, but also takes increased damage. The shamans without the divine drum will take greatly reduced damage. Focus on the shaman holding the divine drum. the colors are off here. It's hard to read. Interesting. I don't know. Structures have always been 93's specialty, whether it be KVK or ARC. Once they occupy a structure, it's essentially game over. Yeah, I mean, they're on point with those reinforcements. They put just enough in there to keep that structure alive while swarming down the enemy reinforcements. And they position themselves very, very well in between the structure and the enemy cities, or in between the two structures themselves. Like if you're talking the Shrine of War and the altar that's opposite the Shrine of War, right? You know, they will do just enough to hold a structure, just enough to disrupt marches going to the structure, the reinforcements, right? They do a fantastic job at planning. Everybody knows their role. Everybody executes their role. It's an interesting strategy, right? Generally, Ark of Osiris, you want to win the arc in the middle. I don't think many teams could employ that 93 strategy, and 93 does some unique stuff to try and win that arc in the middle as well, right? They will, try and employ master strategists and pick up the arc and teleport, and yeah. I mean, they just do it right. They do it right in KVK. They do it right in ARC. It's amazing to watch them execute that. But that playing a full-on structure game leaves very, very little room for mistakes. And if you're going up against them, do you really want to hold the arc? I mean, if you're going up against them, do you want to hold the arc, or do you want to deliver those arcs as quickly as fucking possible because you know you're going to lose the structure game? I mean, I get it. Holding that arc builds that energy up. So let's just say you don't take the energy skill at the start of a match against 93. And your goal is to have 4 arcs. If you can get 4 arcs in the middle, even if 93 is using that energy skill, you're going to be going to the middle so often that they're really not going to have time to use anything but the basic skills in the middle. At least that's my thought process there. I mean, there are times where they have 93'd the arc and slipped in behind the arc carrier, or done a teleport to get in behind the art carrier, or creative things like that. Nicholas, someone in chat earlier said the 8th and the 9th. So I don't know. I guess I always grew up on the OV philosophy that you disrupt as many enemy points as possible. You don't worry about holding their structures. You just disrupt their points, and you win every arc in the middle. I honestly don't remember what they did in the last grand finals, Sean. Going all in on arc and hardcore provisioning is how you beat 93. Yeah, and I mean just making sure you defend your structures, right? You can't be losing those points per minute. But it's very hard to go all in on defense. You have to be aggressive at some point. You know, the best defense is a good offense. But that's a fine line you walk, right? The balance between being aggressive, going all in on arc, sacrificing marches to go gather. I mean, that's an interesting one there. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. We got some really good finals coming up. I'm looking forward to next week. And it's now 2 out of 3. Right? So you get to play your opponent in week 1, make adjustments then for week 2, and if you live to see a week 3, make adjustments again. I'm amazed this Dark Altar fight, or this Dark Altar fight is still going on. What amazes me more, though, is this is the only Dark Altar fight on the map. I mean, my assumption is that these two, this is a shared altar. There's nobody even here. So maybe these top 2 kingdoms are sharing this altar, and it is Earth's. Is this Earth in here? Let's check. It is Earth's turn to get the free altar, while fire fights water at this altar. Maybe water and wind are sharing this altar. And it's wind's turn to get this free altar. Although wind camp looks like they're all up here. Maybe in water and wind we're both going to these to see who fights, and water got the fight. In any case, let us see what is going on out here in the YouTube world. See if there's anyone else streaming currently. Unfortunately, I do not see anyone currently streaming. We are back to work in the morning, so I need to get some shut-eye. I believe we are going to call it a night here. I thank you all. Let's find out the results of this poll, though. Only 17 votes, but 82% say yes, Grand Finals rules should be adopted for all from the start. I think minimum when they hit top 32. Top 16. You should flip to those Grand Finals rules. For the simple fact that Kingdoms can make it to the top 32, the top 16, if they have good strategy. But once you hit the top 16, unfortunately, there are some kingdoms that then have to decide, do we play KVK or do we play ARC? And they're still going to have to make that decision, but at least they won't have to save troops for ARC. So, my 2 cents anyway. But I appreciate you guys for hanging out tonight. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the likes. Snow Goose, thank you for the 5 gifted. And we'll be back hopefully tomorrow night to spin the wheel. Is Gonzalo on the wheel? If so, we'll spin for it. If not, we'll hang out. Maybe there's going to be some action in KVK or something we can watch. Thanks, y'all. Good conversation as always. I say it all the time. I got a lot of smart people that come to this chat, and I appreciate each and every one of you. But it's time to call it evening. Unfortunately, nobody's streaming right now that I can send you over to. So you are now on your own to keep yourself entertained for the evening. Thanks, y'all, and we'll see you next time.